What's up, Rival Fanatics? It's Darkon here with the Rival League, and one of the big questions I get is how we actually build our barriers in the videos that you see. And these were designed for the purpose of being highly portable and being able to be easy to set up and be able to use in a variety of conditions such as wind, indoor, outdoor, and a variety of things. And so there's a lot of people ask me specifically how these are kind of constructed and how easy they are to set up and tear down. So I'm actually going to go through that process and show you how these are actually set up and how they tear down. And there will be a parts list in the description below. So if you want to actually get some of the pieces you need to build something like this, or you're inspired to build something like this, please let me know in the comments below. I'll go through and talk about how this is actually constructed as I go through, and hopefully it helps you out. Inside of the bundle is actually two barriers. They're actually tied together with these Velcro straps here that I'm going to undo. I'm going to unroll one of the barriers, and we're going to set the second barrier off to the side because we're only going to construct one of them. So there are two sides, and they have a slip tee on the end. That's the slip tee. That's where the legs will slide through, and it's just a 4-foot long piece of 3/4 inch PVC pipe. The barrier itself is right here, and it has snap tees on the end for the top and bottom, and there is a 1-foot snap clamp that I use to actually attach the cloth material to the actual barrier itself. We're going to take the two sides, and using the barrier we're going to apply downward pressure on the snap clamps to connect it to one of the sides. Make sure this is tightened up for the snap clamp here. And then flipping it over, we will do the same thing. Now you want to make sure that the two slip tees are facing the same direction so that when you actually slide the legs through, that it will all be on the same side. Once again, applying downward pressure to just quickly snap those into place to the side. And there is the barrier constructed without the legs. You can see right there, that's where the slip tee will be, and we'll slide the leg through that hole here in a minute. Take the two legs right here. These are 2-foot long pieces of pipe with a coupler glued in the middle so it has a stopping point. You can just leave them 2 foot if you really wanted, but I like the 1-foot design with the slide in. We're just going to slide these into the slip tees. This will actually create our legs, and we'll flip it over, and it stands up like so. Very simple and easy to build. I'm going to show you what this looks like with someone actually behind the barrier. So here I have my Phantom Core Chronos, and let's move the straps away so you can see it better. It's 4 foot tall, and you can see that it's easy to come up. You can't see anything because it's completely opaque. You can see around the side and the other side, and you kind of see just what type of cover that 4 foot by 4 foot actually makes. Now, I had to use sandbags for indoors. These are just studio sandbags that are filled with sand, and when I'm indoors, I just actually apply them to the legs in a few different ways. Sometimes I just like to lay it down like that, or sometimes I'll actually lay it around the other side. In many cases, I actually use 2 sandbags, 1 for each side, but I'm just showing you what it might look like if you're going to use it for an indoor arena. For outdoors, I actually use these special things right here. These are like these little 2-prong stakes that have a circular part, and they actually slide over the legs themselves. We're just going to slide this onto the leg itself, and using the 2 prongs, we're going to push this into the ground. Luckily, the ground at my house is really soft from it raining a few days ago. Just use a mallet to hammer down. I usually only use 2. I could actually use a little more, but applying pressure downwards, it makes it really solid and hard to come out of the ground. So you can see me pulling, and it's pretty solid into the ground. It's not really going to come up very easily. This actually prevents the wind from actually blowing these around, and it's really nice. But as you can see, 4-foot barrier by 4-foot barrier. The stakes are awesome, and you can use sandbags if you're doing indoors. Now we're going to deconstruct this thing. I'm going to take these 2 stakes off and show you how easy it is to tear it down. First of all, we're just going to turn this upside down. We're going to pull out each leg through the slip tee, set those off to the side. From here we undo the sides. Normally I just move this to one side and it completely comes apart, but I had some difficulty here, so I had to apply some upward force. Once that's off, you can just take the other side off by pushing both of those in. And we're going to lay this down, and we're going to put all of the pieces inside of the cloth area. Now I'm using weather-resistant duck canvas to make it more resilient. We're going to take the other barrier that I did not build. We're also going to put it in it as well. And once we have that, we're just going to roll this up kind of like it's a scroll. Once we have it rolled all the way up, the two Velcro straps that are attached to one of these barriers will be wrapped around, and we're just going to tighten that down right there. And we're going to take the other one. The Velcro came apart on this one, so I actually have to tie it until I get a replacement. And we just tie it like that, and there it is. One person can carry two barriers and set them up. So there you have it. That shows how easy they are to set up and tear down, and how I actually will stake them into the ground if it's outside, or use sandbags for the inside. So hopefully it gives you some inspiration to actually go out and build some of your own. These are just the design that I came up with probably a few years ago for something that was portable and easy to set up, and that I can use over and over and over again. They're highly modular. You are going to spend a little bit more extra money to do the snap tees and the slip tees, but that extra money to me is well worth it, simply for the fact that you get the portability of the system and you get the easeability of pretty much using it anywhere. In terms of any issues we may have had, the only time you're really going to see a problem for something like this is an extreme wind, and these will actually hold up to about around 20-25 mile per hour wind gust. Anything over that will tend to start knocking these things over, even with them staked into the ground. But we don't really have that wind issue too often. Occasionally we do, but you know, it doesn't happen often enough to really make it an issue. So hopefully that helps you out. Hopefully you get inspiration, and until next time, dark on out.